To my right, Edgar Poe, Darnell Woolfolk, Justin Gilbert, and Jeremy Timpf. Ken, go ahead.
Maybe we'll start with Edgar. Just your thought about coming off of last week's game, how you came and prepared for this one, and then how you feel about having played a very solid game.
Means a lot. A lot of emotions are going around this game. A lot of the seniors feeling like we had to go out a good way, leave a nice little trail blazed, and wait for the younger guys. But I think the team as a whole played pretty well today.
Maybe just ask Justin. Offensive line had a big game coming off again off of last week's disappointment. You had over 500 yards rushing today. What was it like? What was the difference and how you prepared for this game versus last week?
I really wouldn't say like we prepared any differently. I think we just played better, and I think the whole team played better. I mean, the offensive line held blocks better. B-backs, quarterbacks, slots all ran harder. Receivers were making plays, and I think that was just the difference.
Just ask Jeremy about the defense today. What was your preparation? It seemed like you were able to make plays in the Morgan State backfield on occasions. How did you feel about how your team played on defense?
I thought we played well. Definitely got put some tight spots, and I think the defense bowed their neck in certain times and kept them out of the end zone. And I think it was good for our defense to go out there and play really well. After the last 2 weeks, we weren't happy with our performance, and it'll be good heading into Navy.
Justin, how was the offensive line able to open up the holes a little bit more for the fullbacks in the second half?
I think it was just we were holding blocks better, getting more movement at the point of attack. And it's pretty easy to block for the B-backs and the quarterbacks and stuff because they run so hard. That's pretty much the only difference.
Darnell, did Coach Munkin say anything at halftime about the fullback production and wanting a little bit more in the second half?
Coach Munkin, he always stresses to the running backs, quarterbacks, slots that we have to run harder, we have to break tackles. That's the biggest thing. If we're breaking tackles, we know that we're getting we're pushing the offense ahead, keeping on track. So I think that motivation always to break tackles and get yards after contact always helps. So.
John.
Darnell, can you just talk about the senior leadership on this team? What those guys have meant to this team as a whole, the success this year? Was there any push from the younger guys to make sure that the seniors did go out for a win?
Our senior leadership on this team is actually outstanding. In practice, they're always pushing the younger guys to do better, especially in some positions where there are younger guys who are ahead of the seniors. They don't take that to heart. They want to see the team as a whole get better, and they're critiquing, making sure that every little detail is right, and that definitely helps the team grow, especially with the younger guys that we have on the team. So they set the example, and as an underclassman, I think a lot of us, because the senior leadership means so much to us, we wanted to come out and play as hard as we could for them. So,
Jeremy, after some kind of turbulent seasons that you had here the first couple times, what's it mean to you? Final year, you get that 6th win and technically bowl eligible now. What's that mean?
Yeah, it means a lot. There's been a lot of work put into this program over the past few years, and a lot of just sweat and blood has been poured on the field to get to the point we are at now, and it's feeling good to finally reap the benefits, and it feels good to know that I'm going out, and I know that it's not all just going to end here. The younger guys are really going to pick up where we left off and just carry this program where it needs to be.
Do you have any initial, expectations probably isn't a great word, but there's a possibility you could be playing a game after the Navy game. Is that something that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, it's out of our hands. If they give us a game, that'd be awesome. It's always good to play in the postseason. We haven't done it since 2010, so obviously the guys are stoked if that possibility arises. We're going to play with all our effort.
Edgar, same thing. We've been here a couple down seasons the first few years, but here 6 wins, bowl eligible. What's that? Same thing. What's that mean to you?
Obviously, it's a great feeling, you know, to get the possibility of playing in the postseason. You know, we need some stuff to happen. You know, that's like Jeremy said, it's out of our hands. But I think the most important thing right now is to focus our sights on our next game, or one of the biggest games on our schedule. So I think that's where a lot of the guys' heads are at this time. Not even focusing after what happens after that, because we can't control what happens after that, but we can control what happens in 3 weeks.
In your final game here at Mikey Stadium, the get a win, get a touchdown, how important was that aspect and to get a win on top of all that?
Well, I mean, they called the play to me, and to be honest, it was all my Bradshaw. He put the ball in perfect spot, you know, and I just went out there. I made a play that I feel like every receiver on our team can make, and so I just feel blessed that I was in the position to make that play.
Thank you.
Yeah, just going to ask Justin about how the offensive line came together. You had Bryce playing a full season starting this year, and you worked a freshman into the lineup today, Jackson. How do you feel like the line is maturing as the season's gone along?
I think there's a ton of people that can actually that can play. Coach Davis always harps on it that you never know when the next person up's going to be, and I think that's just how we prepare the whole offense in general. And maturity-wise, there's a lot of people that played in games, and I think that the way we prepare and how we go about our business is why we've been successful.
Just one more, guys. I know it's a 24-hour rule, I guess, in football, but after the final whistle here, Edgar, you talk about, are the sights set directly on Navy now, or?
Absolutely. You know, we always love to win on a Saturday, but you know, Coach talked about it right after the game, and I think I can speak for a lot of people when they're tired of hearing, "Is this the year?" You know, that's the most annoying thing I get asked every day, and so I'm just ready for it to happen, and stop having people ask me if we're good enough to do it this year, because I know every guy on this panel right here, every guy in the locker room knows we're capable, and we know what's going to happen on December 10th.
All right, thanks, guys.